Ng'ambo ile ya matatizo, ndugu zangu, tumevuka ng'ambo, tumevuka ng'ambo ile ya matatizo, ndugu zangu, tumevuka.
Wago enye sayo kaman.
We are thanking God.
Niketiye Tony. We monomewa kole sabato.
Because He's given us opportunity this Sabbath
to
come and worship Him.
The faith in the church will equally grow. But eventually our role and task in this church
will have value because we have the opportunity to sing. Colossians chapter 3
verses number 16 to 17.
Colossians 3
from that text. I am doing so from NIV version.
Colossians chapter 3 verse 16.
Let the message of Christ dwell among you richly, as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom through psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit, singing to God with gratitude in your hearts.
Watch Kristo igweth duto mokelo mondo dagi chunyu. Puonjre uru kendo jiwre uru gi rieko duto. Weruru mamit e chunyu ni Nyasaye, ugone erokamano gi wende zaburi, gi wende pak kod wende mag chuny.
The bottom line, what we're doing when it is so apart from our waste, the
bottom line in verse 16,
and the message of Christ.
And ote mar Kristo.
Having said all things and everything done,
bang kwase wacho duto kendo gik moko duto osetim.
The message of Christ.
One of the things, the message the church is given is a message. That even if we shall stand here, if God shall give us the power to sing in church, if He shall give the choir and the choir members the strength to sing in the message of Christ, then gimaduong kabisa en ote. I pray that everything we do through music,
let us unite with Paul in his message that says, but let the message of Christ dwell among you richly.
I pray that may God give the church,
and I pray that you also dwell in the same message as we have given.
If God gives us a message,
it takes care of all people who participate in each and every activity in this church. Regardless of our position in this church, the message remains the cornerstone of our ministry.
If God makes you an elder in this
church, the bottom line is the message of Christ.
If God gives you an opportunity to serve as a youth,
the message is the message of Christ.
If He makes you a choir member in church,
the bottom line is the message of Christ.
If you are a listener in church,
the issue is the message of Christ.
I pray that at the end of this sermon, He gives us the opportunity to know the desire
our
of the message of
will
Christ.
Be in the book of Matthew chapter 21. West
Mathayo
chapter 21 verse number 18 to 20. And of course, what we read through and cement of the chapter number 3 of the book of Colossians.
The story in Matthew chapter 21
is a call and a story told by Christ himself.
And sigana mochiu kod Kristo. We know how Christ was evangelizing in the world.
Some other time we would talk in parables.
Some
other time we would pick up your message and talk about it in the past. Some other time we would take a simple message and expound it through the experience of the people who got the message. But this is the time Christ is handing a message out of experience.
In verses 18, finishes in verse 17 after having found people selling in church. And they are forgetting in verse 17.
Christ comes back to the same center he was a few days ago. This time around, Jesus Christ
he finds a different thing from what he had met.
The fact remains that Christ saw a different thing from what he received initially. I pray that in the same vein, we may see the same thing as Christ saw in this regard. Martin Luther.
There's a writer called Martin Luther. Those who know the history of this church knows that one of the big reformers that brought this church is called Martin Luther.
He talks about music and he says music is a fair and lovely gift of God.
Music where and meet maber mwakum Nyasaye.
Makini duto
all the time, so we
should awaken the church
and
move the church into joy of preaching the word of God.
In other words, God has given the church the gift of singing,
and this gift is supposed to elicit joy in the church of God. However, as we speak in the church today, the aspect of music has brought a lot of criticism in the church.
Therefore, by the end of this session,
the intention of the church, of
give us
the intention of Christ with music.
The ability, one of the
most controversial and issues in this church of God is one thing called music.
And where
there is no more divisive issue in this church than the concept of music in the church of God.
Today the church of God is divided into two.
Number one, there is this group called the traditional old members of the church.
They have stayed in this church for a very long time.
The contemporaries of music in the church of God.
And they know
the reservations they have for that music.
And therefore, when you stand here to sing, they know every reservation about music. And the second issue is on another.
Here's a group of young men in the church of God who have modernized music in the church of God. And so when you sing to them in the olden patterns of the church,
and therefore,
and to them music does not appeal to the taste and their senses. The question is, what is the role of music in the church of God?
That is why Paul says
that the message of Christ
should be at the peak.
I want to pick on the message of Christ. Because music and singing has been one of the things that we do continually. May that message have an impact in our lives. May that message have an impact in the life of those who sing in this church. Shall we pray?